Thanks for tuning in to Pop Austin Media. This is Jet. I'm with Greg, the Ranger Helt, aka also known as Mr. 4-5. How's life, man?
Life's good, man. Copacetic, keeping one foot in front of the other, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's all you can ask for. That's all you can do.
That's all you can do. Let's start from the beginning, though. Where are you originally from?
Dallas, originally from Dallas, the DFW area, Garland, Mesquite, and then moved back and forth from Louisville to Denton, just all up North Texas, and then moved down here for about 8 years, almost 9 now.
Okay. How was your childhood with sports? Like your youth sports career, I would say.
Youth sports career, man. I played a little bit of everything. I mean, basketball, football, baseball, soccer. I mean, from 5-year-old YMCA Pee Wee leagues to middle school and then throughout high school. But majority was football and basketball was the majority, the main two.
And when did you start playing basketball?
When I was like 5, I did, like I said, some YMCA leagues, and then I stopped for a little bit and then picked it back up like 7th, 8th grade, but I really wasn't like focused on like making this something that I could do up until probably like freshman, sophomore year. Then I was like, oh yeah, this is something that I could potentially do.
That's when you started working on the craft more and said like, okay, I have a place that I can do this and
Absolutely.
I can ball out.
Absolutely.
What's your favorite position to play in basketball? Like, where'd you start out?
I was always a big dude. So like for school, like high school, I was definitely always playing like the 4, the 5, power forward, center. But AAU, when AAU rolled around, like during the summertime, that's when I adapted my guard game, because I was always relatively good with the rock, handling it, and then I just perfected it, and then kept working on it. And then so AAU, point guard, shooting guard, and then high school I was a stretch forward.
Stretch, those matter, man. Space the floor out. No clogged lane, man.
At all.
Nobody wants a clogged lane. That's the worst. Can't drive and kick out and do what you need to do. So I guess basically you inspired yourself to play in a sense, because you saw that you were getting better and you saw that you could work at it and then you could actually develop a game. So I'd almost kind of say it's like you that inspired yourself. Would that be something you would say?
Yeah, it's like 50-50 that. You always grow up watching the game, and I was young. I can't really remember what age, but I remember seeing a game versus an old hardwood classic with Larry Bird versus Michael Jordan, and I think Larry Bird finished that game with like 30-something, almost 40, and he was just giving everything he had on the court, loose balls, diving in the crowd, the stands, just everything on the floor after the ball. And I was like, I want to be that guy. I want to do that, and that kind of inspired me to like, if this guy could do it, why can't I? You know what I mean? So. And then obviously it was just like the mental aspect of myself being like, yo, let's go do this. And that's kind of where it took off from.
Is Bird your favorite player of all time, or is he like in that list?
He's top 2.
Top 2?
Top 2 for sure. It'd be Jordan and then Bird right after him. Yeah.
Bird had no athleticism and got it done. I'm not saying that's you, but I'm saying like he had no athleticism, couldn't barely jump. But getting boards, getting buckets.
Yeah. He had heart, man. He just had a lot of heart, a lot of grit to him, and it was just something that when you watched it, especially probably for the older folks that actually saw it in person or like saw it while it was happening. Like I can only imagine, how you felt. But me as a younger generation, looking back at the hardwood classics and like seeing it, you're just like, damn.
Everybody always be like, man, I hate Larry Bird.
Oh, yeah.
In the day when they watched it live, sure. But they respect him now.
Absolutely.
What high school did you graduate from?
Denton High School, North Texas.
Denton High School, yeah. Okay. And so what's the most points you scored, if you remember, like in the game?
In high school, like as far as high school goes, I think it was like 34. But AAU, my very first AAU game in Arkansas, I I think I dropped like 48 or 50, something like that. And then not too recent, like not too long ago, I was playing in a league in front of Rayford Austin. And I
Okay.
dropped 43 in front of him. So that was pretty crazy.
Oh,
But yeah, no, as far as high school, I think it was like 33, 34, and then AAU was like 48. 48 or 50 was one of them.
so like going off that, do you know the first person that gave you the business, and then do you remember the first person you gave the business to?
Yeah, for sure. The first person that gave me the business was this guy named Soma Edu. I forget what high school he went to, but I was at Louisville High School at this time, and I think it was my sophomore year, and I think he was like a senior, and yeah, no, he just first play I guarded him. They threw it high to him in the post. He went up, caught it. As soon as he landed, spun right off me, went up and just flushed it. I wouldn't say,
Tough.
yeah, it wasn't on me, but it was definitely like he got around me to just get up and flush it like I wasn't even there. I was like, oh my god, and like I said, it was probably like the first minute or two in the game, and I was like, oh shit, it's gonna be a long fucking day.
And then do you remember who you gave the business to?
Oh,
Or remember maybe even a team. It don't have to be a specific somebody. Be like, man, that team, I whooped their ass. I gave it all. They couldn't stop me.
yeah, it was. I was playing. It was my senior year, and we went to play Lake Dallas. And I used to go to Lake Dallas in middle school, and the assistant coach, who was the middle school coach, was now the assistant coach for the high school coach. And I'm playing for people that I played with in middle school, and like freshman year high school, and they still thought that I was that kid that couldn't do nothing. All he wanted to do was shoot and this, that, and the other. And I think I went out there and I think I fed Lake Dallas like 36. And I was just lights out. It was just unconscious. And I didn't even play like the last like 8 minutes of the fourth quarter.
Oh man,
Yeah, I
you
tweaked
pulled
my ankle.
you pulled a Steph Curry, gave him all the
tweaked my
business
ankle.
and sit
Yeah,
it
bro.
out.
Actually, tell you the truth, I tweaked. So my foot was already tweaked because I was at this little high school party, and I was in some flip flops, and the police came, and I took off, and I like broke like the second and third metatarsal on my foot.
Oh man.
Yeah, and then like this was like 3 weeks later after the fact of like tweaking my foot and not really knowing that it wasn't broken or whatever. And we played like Dallas, but I still went out there and gave him like 36. And then I had messed up my foot in the game again. And I was like, yeah, I can't play the rest of the fourth.
Because you got to make up a story now. It's like, oh, how am I going to make this make sense of how I twisted my ankle? It's like, man, I just got to either play through it, take this up, spat the hell out of it.
Exactly. So I was like, you know what? Let me just, So I think I was like shooting a shot. And I had landed on somebody's foot, the defender's foot, and kind of like popped it a little bit. So I just made it about my ankle, not about my foot. And then, when I went to the doctor and stuff, he was like, yeah, you broke your second and third metatarsal on your foot.
But you got to use that as an excuse, though?
Exactly.
There you go.
I was like, yeah.
You got to sell it?
Exactly. I was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, it's my ankle, coach,
That's hilarious, though. Well, cool. Did you go to college and play?
No college, man. I was going to go to the University of Arkansas, Pine Bluff. It's a D2. But just didn't happen. It is what it is, man. Some other things came up, and I went a different route, and it is what it is, man.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's like it could be a conspiracy at times, and you think it gets crazy. It's like you got to get there, and you got to. I don't know. It's really not for. It's not for everybody at all. And when I say everybody, I mean like a large portion, because it's like. You turn to a professional student depending on what you're doing, and it's just like, totally get it, man.
And I wasn't, I graduated, fairly decent in my class. I wasn't like a 4.0 student, but I was decent, 3.1, 3.2, something like that. It was just,
but for you,
man. Yeah, college just wasn't the route for me to go.
Did you play any like pro leagues?
Yeah. So I, right out of high school, moved here to Austin, and was playing in like the UBA and the TBA stuff like that, and then the ABA, and then did a little stint in the Dominican Republic for the Copa Mitchell Cup. We ended up going out there and winning that whole thing.
Oh, damn.
So that was cool.
Good stuff.
That was cool. I had some offers to continue, overseas and play some ball and stuff. But and then especially like right out of high school, there was a league that wanted me to come try out for them. But if I would have made it, it would have been like $1,200 a month. And I was like, I'm making more than that, my day job. I might as well just continue doing this and playing basketball on the side like I've been doing.
Exactly, right.
I'm at home. I don't have to travel. So I never really got that huge contract that everyone wants. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it is what it is.
But there's different like pro leagues, and there's different ways that you can get
absolutely
fed with playing. Depending on what it is, especially like overseas too. You'd be surprised on some of these cats what they make. You're like, what in the world? Granted, it's not as much as like a LeBron James and all that, but it's still like, what? You're making that?
It's still a good amount of money. And I just had somebody hit me up last night about coming back to the DR. In January.
Are you like molding on that idea?
I'm molding on it, yeah, for sure. Gotta make sure the cheese is right before I can do anything. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, yeah. You got to make sure the ducks are in a row.
Absolutely.
So how would you like your progression as a basketball player? Would you say like, were you better then or you better now? And I guess like when did you finally see that you turned the corner? Like, yo, I'm like, y'all can't guard me.
So it's 50-50. So when I was first came out of high school, like in high school, really couldn't jump that much. I mean, I could, I'd get up, dunk, and I could windmill kind of, and but when I first got out of high school, I took it. My senior year, I took it real serious, and I worked out in the gym. And after I got out of high school, because I was getting ready to go to college, I was gonna go and hopefully go. I was gonna go JUCO and then or the D2 and then try to walk on to some big school. After
yeah, it's usually the route to go.
But so I was working, and then when I got out of high school, I noticed that I could fly. I was damn near East Bay, off vertical, and then. So that's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to go dunk on people, just boom, boom, boom through the lane and just
yam on that,
and just come in and dunk on people. Especially being a white boy,
that gets him hyped.
It's a different atmosphere when you're that guy that can do that, and you know what I'm saying. But then that all kind of went down. I started working on my handle more, working on my shot more, and then I tore my ACL.
Oof.
And that was just absolutely devastating. I don't wish that upon nobody because the mental preparation to get your mind right after that is so hard. Because
you get cautious and you're man.
Exactly. Still to this day, there's some stuff out there on the court that I just won't do. That I can't do. That I won't even try to do anymore. And it's
nothing to prove. You've done it before. That's all that matters.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? And it people be like, oh, I gotta see the videotape. I don't need to prove nothing to nobody, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gotta prove nothing to nobody. I took that game and I put it on the back burner, and I developed into the game that I have now, which is a sharpshooter, and also somebody that if you're not careful, I will make you fall.
Oh, I know. I've seen it.
I will make you fall if you're not careful. So,
and speaking of that, we've all seen you make some cats fall and go into Chris Wright left Savage Squad, and then he formed the Hooligans. So talk to like how did that come about? And how did the Hooligans become the Hooligans? And I guess I can see why y'all called the Hooligans, but like what came up with the name and.
So he came up with the whole name and stuff. And
shout out Hoolies.
Shout out Hoolies for sure. Shout out to the gang. So basically what happened is the core four, they're four, they've all known each other. Him, our teammate Debo, Tommy, and
Debo. Debo got the do-rag, right?
Yep.
And then the bald-headed dude, who's
that's
he?
JJ. And then the other white boy, that's Tommy. That's
peanut butter and jelly, right?
And jelly.
There you go.
Mr. PB and J. So they all knew each other. I was the only one that wasn't from New York and didn't know anybody, you know. And how I came to be on the squad was I had posted a reel on Instagram that, I mean, it erupted. I mean, I probably got like 30,000 in the first like 3 days. It was crazy. It just went viral. And then somebody had spam commented like his tag and just like kept tagging him in the comments and like was just like, and then he ended up replying back to me, and he was like, oh yeah, and he tagged me and said, that's my Viking cousin. And I was like, oh shit. And then that's how it happened. And then after that, he went and saw more of my videos, and he hit me up in the DM, and he was like, yo, what's going on, man? You know, and originally we were supposed to go. So originally, Astro Hoops here in Austin, we were supposed to go out to Florida for the Devontae Friga Nick Briz event.
Okay.
But that got postponed, and then everything happened with Chris and Nick.
Oh man.
And then that's when he called. We ended up exchanging numbers before that, and then that's when he had called me. He was like, yo, I'm doing a takeover in I'm doing a tour in New York with the new squad that I want to form, that we're gonna be called the Hooligans. And he was like, I want you to be a part of it. He was like, what are you feeling? And I was like, hell yeah, why not? You know what I'm saying? So went out there, did that, and you know, it was wild out there. It was crazy.
So explain, like, you know, you're sitting there chilling, you're seeing all this stuff with Chris, and you're like, God, like Chris and Nick and Nick's antics or whatnot, and the next thing you know, Chris hits you up, and you're like, dang, I'm on this thing, let's do this. Like, what are you feeling like?
Tell you the truth, man, I'm feeling like, to be honest with you, I'm feeling like, is this going to be for real? You know what I'm saying? Am I going to get out here and this is going to be all a bunch of bull and this, that, and the other and yada, yada. And especially like with the whole like Nick and Chris situation, I was like, is that even real? Like, was this all staged out?
Yeah,
like,
because I'm from the viewer, I'm sitting back like, whoa, what just happened?
This came out of left field.
Literally.
So I don't know if they trying to shake some shit up or whatever. And I'm over here like, you know, what's gonna, like, I want to put myself in the middle of all of this, and then what does that look like to me? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be that guy that looks like, oh, he's just doing it for clout and this, that, and the other, which is that's not it at all.
No, yeah, you're just trying to go out there and drop some people
trying to go out there and
off.
hoop. That's
Yeah,
all I
exactly.
do. That's all I want to do is just play ball, and you know, that's all I do anyway. But yeah, that's how I was looking at it. I was like, is this all for real? And it turned out it was. So.
Cool. I saw y'all hoop with Cash recently, CashNasty.
Yo, shout out Cash, bro. Cash is, bro, he's so cool. Such a good dude, man. So humble. So, and I shocked him too, man. It was crazy. He didn't know that I could get up like that. And when I went through the lane, hit the dude with the hezzy, and then went up and dunked it, I saw his reaction. He was like, what the
No, I saw that.
Happened?
Oh, you was dropping the boys off. I was like,
yeah,
come
bro.
on, just pulling from deep. You
But
was just
yeah.
like, I'm pulling.
And we get a lot of shit, you know what I'm saying? Oh, y'all aren't playing comp and this, that, and the other. Look, here's the deal, bro. Is when we post where we're going to be at, it's up to you to come out there, not me. We're just posting where we are. So if you're like an hour away, then I guess you might want to make some time to get the fuck out here.
No, exactly. That's the difference. Is like if you're like, yo, everybody come out here. This is what it's not like y'all are handpicking. Like, right. Yo, we're gonna get these 10 people.
We're gonna play him and him and him. Oh no, you can't play. You're too tall. No, we're not doing that, bro. I don't care who play. I don't care who I play against. I could play against Michael Jordan in his prime for all I give a damn. I don't care. I'm gonna go at it. I'm gonna give 110%.
That's all you can do. On that court.
And and the Hoolies, they'll let you know something. Like where we were living at in New York, there's a park, literally like 2-minute walk right around the corner. And I'd go up there and it'd be a bunch of youngsters, 16, 17-year-olds, 15, whatever. I didn't care. I'm dunking on all of you. No, I don't care. If you're gonna check me the ball up, be prepared to get whatever. I'm coming at you. Because that was Kobe's mindset all the time. Was every time I step on this court, regardless of who's in front of me, I'm giving it my all so I can be better than I was the day before. And that's all I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to be a better person, be a better ball player, be a better husband, be a better man as I was the day before.
That was my favorite athlete ever.
Oh, yeah.
That's my favorite, just athlete.
He's my third overall, and then it'd be LeBron after that.
Man.
So it was Jordan, it was Bird, it was Kobe, and then it's LeBron. That's my Rushmore.
And then you can't argue with that. That's hard to argue with. What talk about the New York City run. Is it still going on, or
No.
did y'all finish out the tour?
So we finished out the tour. Chris stayed up there. He's actually doing an event right now.
Clearly, he's from New York.
Yeah, no, he stayed up there. Well, he lives in Florida. But I mean, he knows everybody up there. It's crazy how many people this guy knows. It's nuts. But he's still up there until tomorrow. And right now, actually, they're doing a run with Cash and Kenny Chow. Right now, they're doing a 1v1.
Okay.
A little tournament for $1,000.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
I was so mad I wasn't up there. I was sick because I would have won that easily.
Oh, yeah. Going in, like, oh, y'all gonna get
Easily.
this work.
I was like, bro, you might as well just give me that money now. It's in the bag. And hey, Chris, I could have really used that too, by the way. But yeah, no, shout out to all of them. Shout out to Kenny. Shout out to Cash. Shout out to Chris, man. That's the homies now, man, for sure.
Good dude. I like y'all's crew. Good vibes. I like the shit talk too. It's great.
Oh, yeah,
that's
man.
like that's what you want to see. But organically, nothing crazy. Just all on the court though.
Nothing staged. Nothing like, all right, hey, he's gonna come up from behind you and smack you in the head, and you ain't gonna trip. Just talk some shit. Man, we ain't trying to do all that, bro. We leave that to you know who. And but yeah, I'll leave that at that, man. But
so talk about like the Austin. It seems like the Austin hoop scene is starting to grow because we got more people coming from different places. It's not just people from Austin. You got people from Cali, New York, and then of course just recently there was an F1 run. Was that during the Formula One? I think that was a Friga, Nick Briz toe to toe thing that they had going on, and then I think Magic.
Yep.
He hoops with Friga. So it's just kind of like you're just seeing a lot of things popping up out here. Like how is the hoop scene? Like has it evolved over the past 8 years in Austin?
Oh, for sure. Hey, and one thing I want to say right now, man, is shout out to, I don't know if y'all are familiar with Verse One Federation. Like they really the ones that started the one-on-one basketball like hoop scene. You know what I mean? And so shout out to them. I was rocking with them for a little bit. I got a few games on their channel, and but I don't know what happened, man. It just kind of fell off, and people got lives, people got jobs, people got kids. You know what I'm saying? So
that's 100%.
And YouTube, man, doing stuff for YouTube, man, it's a grind. So if you're not like completely 100% committed like to it, then it's gonna be really, really tough, for you to even gain any traction. You know what I mean? But shout out to them. And then Astro Hoops came along, and they kind of took that and just like revamped the whole Austin hoop scene. And so shout out to them for doing that for sure. Because without them, bro, I would have never met Friga or anybody like that. I wouldn't have got the opportunities. Magic wouldn't have got the opportunities that he got.
It's kind of like is it House of Highlights or House of Hoops? I think it's House of Hoops that probably do some things like for things. I think they're in either LA probably.
Yeah, for sure.
It's kind of like that, but it's more Austin, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, that's dope.
It's,
we need that.
All Austin, man, and so I mean, and we've done so many crazy things. I mean, I've played with Ballers Life, West Coast. I played with AJ Lepre. I mean, Joel TV.
He gets up.
Yeah,
AJ Balls.
AJ's a hooper, man. I played with them. I played, Friga. I mean, there's a lot of big TikTokers. Cam Wilder.
Have you played RDC World yet?
No, not
that
yet.
Would be the one, bro. That'd be just off of. I can see y'all against their like Mark and them. I think it's Mark or Mike.
Bro, they're funny, man.
They are hilarious, bro. Y'all got to do something together eventually because that's money right there. Absolutely. People will watch that.
Absolutely. And to tell you the truth, when we did the Ballers Life run over here at Go Valley Park right here on the east side, and he popped out. I didn't even know dude was from like around, or like he's from the outskirts of Austin. I didn't even know
exactly.
That. I was like what?
3 or 4 years ago, I realized, or I think however long that he's been out here, I was like, this fool, he's like real like outskirts of Austin,
very
like
close.
Said.
I was like, bro, you're from here? He was like, I mean, I'm from out right on the outside. I was like, what? But I've also seen him do skits at like the Lifetime over here on South Mopac and the one up north. Like I've seen him do skits at both of them, But me thinking, I'm like, oh, he's just probably like in town, like wanted to like
Yeah.
do some shit real quick. And
Like a lot of people are at times.
And
They
then I
just
saw
like
him do
stopping
more
through.
and more at him, and I was like, "Yo, is he from here?" And then like we saw him at the Ball is Life run, and I was like, "Yo, are you from Austin? Are you from Texas?" He was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "What?"
That's like when I figured out you were out here. I was like, dang, he's out. I was like, what the world? That's what I was like. It's just like this stuff is growing and what's going on? Just people popping up out here. Which
for sure.
So how do you feel about Austin? Like over the past 8 years, like just Austin in itself. Like,
oh man,
how has it grown?
It's growing rapidly, man. They're getting a lot of new subdivisions up, a lot of new businesses up. They're creating jobs for people, which is cool. And it's an overall vibe, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, there's violence, man, but I mean, there's violence everywhere when you're dealing with the imperfect world. So
I think they're trying to inflate that for some agendas, though.
For sure.
So that you won't. Now that agenda's over, I think that you won't be seeing that much stuff. Yeah. All of a sudden, we're gonna drop to like 30, and you're like, oh, conveniently, okay.
Exactly. But you can definitely see you can definitely see the inflation, man. Like with gas going from where was it 249? Now I'm paying 309.
Crazy, man.
At the Chevron, I was like, yo, and I don't put normal gas in my car. I put premium or mid.
They make you pay, man.
So now I'm paying like 349, 369, and I'm just like, oh my god.
So
but it beats New York prices.
Oh heck yeah, New York and Las Vegas.
My god.
Like those two are crazy. You get up into 4, 5, 6s. You're like, God.
Pull up to a gas station at $4.49 a gallon for regular.
Insanity. You like, I'll walk. Makes you just want to be like, I'll walk. So what do you plan on taking the basketball thing? Do you plan on taking it anywhere? Like more? Like are there?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, I just launched my first video on YouTube. My very first one was a 2v2. Me and Chris played Kenny Chow and Big Mac in a 2v2 up in Brooklyn at the Brooklyn Bridge Park. But yeah, so I definitely like coming up in LA. I'm going to LA with Chris on I believe the 10th, either the 10th or the 11th. So like the next like 5 or 6 days, I'm supposed to be going up there, and we're gonna stay out there, do a little LA tour. And yeah, man. So I plan on doing that, and we're gonna chill, and then he's gonna come back to Texas, and then we're gonna do a Texas run. So we're gonna get something popping in Dallas, Austin, Houston, and San Antonio, and then after that, I think it's just chill mode for a little while, and then probably when we start running it back up again, it'll be in Florida where they live. So that's where we're trying to take it there. But all of that's like movable, adjustable, because nothing's set. We don't ever have anything set until maybe like a couple days before it's supposed to happen. That's when it's like, all right, set in stone, this is what's happening. But yeah, so we plan on doing that, and then I plan on continuing to get content from my own channel and growing and trying to put Austin on the map, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing it. I got a whole city behind me, man, and I feel the love, man. Y'all, they hold it down, man. So I'm gonna hold it down for them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're holding it down for us. Real quick, explain like touring like on the road and whatnot. Like, who's the most character out of? Look like Debo would be the most character out of them all.
Bro, Debo. So me, Chris, and Tommy stayed in Queens, and then JJ lives in Long Island, and then Devo lives in Brooklyn.
Oh,
so
yeah.
We only see them two like on the days of.
Okay.
And then like, or unless like we like get together and like go like work out or something. But yeah, no, for sure. Like on the during game days, yeah, it's Devo. Devo,
I think it was either the video last or whatever. He stole the ball from the dude and said, "Hey, I'll give it back to you."
Yeah,
I was like,
to him. Yo, so it was funny, man, because like. He literally, he missed the shot. So Buddy missed the shot. Debo got the rebound, and Buddy was talking smack to Debo. And then so Debo literally threw the ball at him, gave it back to him. He said, "Here," and then played defense, stole it again, and then asked him again, like, "Hey, you want the ball back again? All right, then, let's go." And then he continued. So Debo is probably the most character out of all of us.
Of course, Chris is a character. He's hilarious. All of them are hilarious, man. All y'all guys, and that's what makes it cool. Is like. Y'all are all like a character on a TV show.
Absolutely.
in a good way though. It's like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like
it's definitely a vibe, man, for sure. Especially when like I don't know if you watched the mukbang that Kenny did with the Hooligans. We had went to a pizza spot in Brooklyn, and that it was wild. It was funny, man. You can definitely see the different characters come out in that mukbang. It was very cool.
I think I saw the notification. I just need to get to watching it.
It's lit.
I'll put that in my to watch list later.
For sure.
Oh man. So where can we find you at? Give us the YouTube. Give us all your social.
Got you. So YouTube is gonna be just regular Greg Helt. Helt is Helt. Instagram is at Greg Helt. And then I'm also on TikTok. My TikTok is at justgreg33. So go follow me on all my socials. Make sure you sub to the channel, man. We're gonna have content coming for y'all. It's only up from here. I don't plan on looking back. There's nothing back behind me. Everything's ahead.
Any shout outs you want to give before we end out the interview?
Man, shout out to Hoolies, man. Hoolie Hool. Shout out to Pop Awesome Media for having me, and shout out to my wife for coming. And man, just shout out to all y'all. Shout out to Austin. So I appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. We're gonna make this shit shake.
We appreciate you doing your thing, man. It was great having you by.
Absolutely.
This is Jet. I'm with Pop Awesome Media, and I'm signing off. It's 4-5.
You know what I'm saying?